You know the feeling. You stay up a little too late, but you make sure to clock in a solid 8 hours, thinking, okay, I'm good. But then that alarm goes off and you feel like you haven't slept a wink. What is going on there?
It's one of the most frustrating things in the world, right? You did the one thing you were supposed to do, get those 8 hours, but you're still dragging yourself out of bed. If that sounds familiar, well, you're definitely not alone. And it turns out we've been asking the wrong question about sleep this whole time.
Because here's the thing, sleep just doesn't work that way. It's not about the quantity, it's all about the quality. It's time we stopped counting sheep and really started making our sleep count.
Yeah, most of us see sleep as this automatic thing, right? So we either scrape by with as little as possible, or we just fixate on the hours. But ignoring the quality of our sleep, well, that has some pretty serious consequences.
When your sleep quality is low, you're not just a little grumpy. The effects start to compound. Your work suffers, your relationships get strained, you get hit with higher stress, which can lead to overeating, and you guessed it, storing more belly fat. And over time, this stuff seriously raises your risk for obesity, cancer, and depression. A lot of our biggest health problems can literally be traced right back to the bedroom. So, how do we fix this? Well, the first step is to totally reframe how we think about our sleep cycle. You see, a great night's sleep doesn't start when your head hits the pillow. It actually begins the moment you wake up. It's all about setting your internal body clock. And the key player here is your circadian rhythm. Think of it like your body's master biological clock. It's super influenced by light, and when we manage it the right way, it tells our body exactly when to be alert and when to power down for that deep, restorative sleep we're all after. So what's one of the best ways to set this clock? Get at least a half hour of direct sunlight during the day. That exposure triggers your body to produce the right levels of daytime hormones, like cortisol, which fully wakes you up and keeps that internal clock perfectly timed for later. Now, timing is absolutely everything. This concept of money time is critical. That window between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is when your body gets the most bang for its buck, hormonally speaking. This is when all the most rejuvenating and restorative processes really kick into high gear. If you consistently miss this window, you can sleep for 8 or 9 hours and still wake up feeling totally drained. And listen, this isn't just a nice theory. The real-world impact is huge. A study in the International Journal of Cancer found that women who worked overnight shifts and were therefore sleeping outside that optimal money time window had a staggering 30% higher incidence of breast cancer. It just shows how deeply our health is tied to sleeping at the right time. Okay, so we've set our internal clock. What's next? Well, now we need to engineer our external environment. It's time to turn your bedroom into the perfect sleep cave. First up, be cool. No, literally. Your body's core temperature actually needs to drop to initiate deep sleep, and the sweet spot for your room temperature to make that happen is between 60 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or 16 to 20 Celsius. Anything warmer or colder than that can actively mess with your rest. And here's a kind of weird, counterintuitive trick to help with that. Take a warm bath about 90 minutes before bed. How does that work? Well, the warm water brings all this blood to the surface of your skin. Then, when you get out, all that heat dissipates super quickly. Your core temperature plummets, and that sends a powerful signal to your body that it's time for bed. This leads to a really powerful psychological principle called neuroassociation. And put simply, your brain creates connections between places and activities. So if you're working, watching TV, or scrolling on your phone in your bedroom, your brain gets really confused about what it's supposed to do there. When it's finally time to sleep, it might light up expecting entertainment instead of winding down. As the author Shawn Stevenson puts it, bringing your office work or free time to bed is one of the most offensive sleep crimes you can commit. Your brain needs a strong, crystal clear signal that the bedroom is a sanctuary for rest. When you blur those lines, you are literally training your brain to stay awake. And finally, your cave needs to be dark. I'm talking absolute pitch black darkness. And here's why it's so important. It's not just about your eyes. Your skin actually has photoreceptors that can pick up light. Even a tiny bit of light can disrupt the release of melatonin, that key hormone that governs your sleep cycle. You want it so dark, you can't see your hand in front of your face. Okay, so your body clock is set and your cave is perfected. The final piece of the puzzle is your mind. We have to deal with all the stress and the busyness of the day to get our brain ready for sleep. If there is one single habit to fix for better sleep, it's this one: avoiding screens before bed.
That blue light from our phones and our TVs and our computers is especially bad. It actually mimics the wavelength of daylight, which tricks your brain into suppressing melatonin production. It's basically telling your body, hey, it's the middle of the day, time to be awake. So how do we fight back? First, try replacing that screen habit with something else you enjoy, like reading an actual physical book. Second, if you absolutely have to use a computer, install some software like Flux that warms up the color of your screen at night. And third, you can even invest in a pair of blue light blocking glasses to wear in the evening. I think every single one of us can relate to this. You finally lie down, your head hits the pillow, and your brain decides it's the perfect time to review your entire to-do list, rehash conversations, and solve all the world's problems. That inner chatter is a huge barrier to falling asleep. You know, the most powerful tool to combat this is meditation. It's a practice specifically designed to help you quiet that inner chatter and buffer the stress of the day. And this isn't just some wellness trend. Researchers at Harvard have used MRI scans to show that meditation can literally, physically alter the structure of the brain to improve your focus. And the results are totally measurable. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine published a study showing that in just 2 months, meditation significantly improved total sleep time, sleep efficiency, and sleep quality for people with chronic insomnia. It even helped with symptoms of depression. All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, from setting your body clock to creating the perfect sleep cave and calming your mind. So let's bring it all together for your first step. So here it is, the key takeaway. Stop obsessing over the number of hours you're getting and start focusing on making those hours as deep and as restorative as possible. That is the real secret to waking up with energy. So my final question to you is this. Don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one thing. Will you get some sunlight tomorrow morning? Or maybe turn down your thermostat? How about putting away your phone an hour before bed? Which one of these small steps will you take tonight to start sleeping smarter?